You know, I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people.
So, Supergirl is about to be released, with the Superman movie being a moderate success. What do you think Supergirl's going to do? The talk is that it's going to be a colossal flop. Um, I don't know it's going to do that well, but here's the problem I have with it. So there is the star of the movie, um, Miley. I can't even say her last name because it's going to be misconstrued, but you can see right down here it says Supergirl actress is a super moron. This is from the Steve Crowder bits, and Steven Crowder makes a good point, but I'll have you watch his video if you want to get his input. But he posted this. This is her comment from a interview she did in support of this film. It says, "It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in this space or in that space is something that people comment on." Okay. What does that even mean, right? Of course people are going to comment on it. They comment on everything. We have become very comfortable with having weird ownership over women's bodies. What? Are you trying to import something into this from a political view? This is a superhero movie. So I'm going to get back to that. So let's see. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself. Well, you're being dumb. That's what you're being. And if that's being yourself, then more props to you. We've heard this kind of rhetoric before. Remember when Brie Larson pitched a fit because white men were going to view her movies, or Captain Marvel, and which was a success because it was wedged between Infinity War and Endgame in the Marvel Universe. It was the Avengers bookmarks that did that film a big favor. We know this because we can see the outcome or the the amount of money she earned from the Marvels movie. It was a bomb because it was fully reliant on her. There was no Avengers storyline to bookend her movie, and it flopped. And she wasn't even the main character in her movie. She had to be co-opted by other actresses to try to make it a family movie. But let's take a look at who actually views movies. This is just a snippet of two movies together in comparison. One is Wakanda Forever. Good movie. Was it? I don't know. I didn't see it. But for those that did see it, by the way, Black Panther 1 was great. Wakanda Forever, it was a female character replacing the male character. And let's just see who actually viewed this movie. This is just percentages. This is not total of what they earned or how many tickets were sold or anything like that. This is just the majority of who went to go see these two movies. So Wakanda Forever, 56% male. Batman, 66%. Okay, it's a 10% difference, but the key here is that it's majority male, meaning that men are more predominantly likely to go see superhero films, whether it's a female lead or a male lead. So, what does this mean? Well, I thought I would ask Chat GPT to take a look at it. So, when I originally asked it, I asked who are more likely to go see superhero movies by themselves, men or women? And it didn't really give me what I wanted. It said opening weekend for major superhero films are skewed 55 to 65% male. And that's pretty consistent. If you Google that, you'll get the same or something similar. But that doesn't account for the women that are going to those movies that are counting these ticket sales are probably the girlfriend of the man that wants to go see these films. So that wasn't really what I was looking for. So I thought of breaking it down like this. I asked a little bit of a different question. Give me the top 5 movie genre preferences of men compared to that of women. And this gives you a more clear distinction of what's going on here. So the men top 5 are action superhero movies, number 1. Number 2, science fiction space. 3, thriller and crime. Horror, number 4, and adventure for number 5, or fantasy. So like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, that type of thing. For women, number 1, romantic or romantic comedies. Number 2, drama, relationship centered. Almost this similar genres there. Number 3, comedy. Okay, general, like Bridesmaids or Mean Girls. Number 4, musical or family. Thriller and suspense. So what you're going to notice with these two lists, that there is not a clear, there is not one completely similar genre, right? The only one that's kind of close is thriller, which men prefer thriller crime movies like Seven and Heat, and women prefer thriller of suspense. Let's see, did they give an example? Gone Girl, more of a kind of detective type movie. That's the only one that's somewhat similar. So when these women are complaining, these actresses, these elitists, that they don't want white men to go see their movies, they are preaching predominantly to 65% of the ticket buyers. If you go by Google, which that's just ticket sales, right? That's not preferences. So the people that they're catering to, they want to go to the top number 1 spot of what men want to go see. So what we have is women wanting to be the main character in an action superhero movie that is only on the top 5 list for men. So, but you're going to get this. She doesn't want it to be overwhelmingly white. She's had made a comment that she didn't want 40-year-old white dudes to tell her how to be, or something to that effect. Or this one. It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space, superhero genre, is something that people comment on. Well, of course, because men want to see superheroes. Men grew up with comic books and Superman on the big screen, and they went to go see that. Boys wanted to go see those things, and as they grew up, they still had an affinity to go see those movies, and they just wanted to share those things that they had in their childhood with their sons, like I did with the Spider-Man series, Sam Raimi. So does it make sense to bash the people that are going to be purchasing your tickets? Because I'll tell you right now, if I'm going to get bashed, I'm not buying a ticket to this crap. I'm not going to go see this movie. And I can already tell you that I'm not interested in the movie. I'm not really interested in the character. I did see this. I do remember seeing the Supergirl film from the 80s. Was it the 80s? Yeah, it was Helen Slater, I think. I do remember seeing that. Was it as good as Superman? I don't think there's anybody that's going to tell you that it was better than Superman. Is it Christopher Reeve Superman? Anyway, point is this. It's a male-dominated industry. The number 1 genre that men want to go see is superhero films. Why wouldn't you want to do well by just speaking well of men that are going to buy your tickets? Instead, you bash them. And this is the problem of feminism, because feminism says you can bash the man and then make a movie in his genre and then complain when he doesn't go see the crap that you made because you're trying to force fit a square peg into a round hole. So, yeah, I don't know. Good luck. I mean, I don't wish any ill will towards the actress, or the director, to whoever's trying to make money on this thing. But I don't know. Maybe you should have used Chat GPT. Maybe you should have Googled it and see what genre you're trying to appeal to. You're appealing to the male audience. Why don't you give the male audience what they want and they'll buy the ticket?